Hi guys, my name is Deepak Patil from Mumbai, Maharashtra and welcomes you to all to our online learning platform, that is DG Marine. Here you will get some notes, all videos and guidance to clear your class 4 COC. So guys, you have requested me to keep my videos short. I will try to make the video short. But like in this video, we are going to discuss a water hammer, types of water hammer, how to prevent water hammer, etc. So I will keep this video short and next one also. Next video we are going to discuss the steam traps, types of steam traps, working, etc. So in this video I will keep short, but the next video, that is the boiler water treatment, it is very important topic and I have to cover each and every aspect. So I will cover in that perspective, so it will be a little big. So thank you guys and welcome to this video. So guys, in our previous video, we have discussed many steam applications. High pressure steam or high pressure high temperature steam is used on the ship for the various purposes. So now we will discuss about the water hammer. Water hammering is a common phenomena which occurs in the steam line. The water which is generally get accelerated either because of the steam or either because of the void spaces. So this accelerated water goes and creates an impact on the bends or on the joints and there is a banging noise come. We called it as a water hammer. During this phenomena, the water, it gets a kinetic energy. Sometimes its velocity is very high than a normal steam velocity, and this high velocity or high kinetic energy water goes and impact on some bend or a joint, and suddenly that kinetic energy gets converted into a pressure energy and the pressure pulsation is generated, or you can say a banging noise is generated over there. So now we will discuss in detail that types of water hammer, why they occur, and then after how to prevent a water hammer. So guys, now we will discuss about the condensation induced water hammer. So in the condensation induced water hammer, suppose this is a steam line, this is a steam wall, and the steam direction, it is coming from this side and going to this side. So if your wall is closed for some time, if your wall is closed for some time, two things will happen. First, the steam inside the pipe will get condensed and it will form a water. First thing. Second thing, as we all of know that 1 meter cube of water generates around 1500 meter cube of steam. So when the steam get condensed, the volume will reduced. Inside volume will be reduced, and here the partial void space or a partial vacuum will be created. So a partial void space and vacuum is there. And second thing, a condensate water is there. So when you will open this wall and steam will come. So when the steam will come or steam will start to come, first of all it will rush because of partial vacuum. Partial vacuum, it will rush. Second thing, when it will come in contact with the condensate, some amount of steam again gets converted into a water, means again condensed. And because of that, again a partial vacuum will increase and it will rush further. It will rush further, and along the steam, along with him, it will carry a water also, and this water will be carried over here. Again here the steam will contact with the water and again some steam will condense and again acceleration increases. It will go further and the water velocity will be increased too much. And this increased water velocity along with the steam, when it comes to a bend or a joint, it will impact over there. And this all the kinetic energy, the water which is get accelerated, all the kinetic energy of the water will get converted into a pressure energy and a banging noise will be there. So this type of water hammer we generally called as a condensation induced water hammer. And when the condensation induced water hammer occurs, like if here are the joints in your vessel, then a joint can rupture and you can definitely see that steam or water is coming from their joints. Or after some time, this pipe pipe itself get rupture, and you can see that the steam or the water is coming out of there. So guys, now we will discuss about a wall induced water hammer. Here we will discuss two concepts, that is wall induced water hammer and void induced water hammer. This generally we observe on the manual ships where the boiler feed water wall or the wall which is in the boiler feed water line get operated manually, or on the automatic ships where the boiler control wall operated but it closes suddenly. In that time we observe this, or in any water pipeline when you close this wall suddenly, that time you can observe the wall induced water hammer. So what happens? This is the line, the water is flowing from here to here, this wall is open, and when you suddenly close this wall, that time when you suddenly close this wall, the water which is coming will exert a force and the pressure waves will be created like this. So these waves which are created backward will be hit by the liquid waves, and here a pressure pulsation will be created and a water hammer or a noise will come. We called it a wall induced water hammer. What happens? Because of the suddenly close of the wall, the water which is going inside will create a back pressure, and the liquid which is coming from here will exert a pressure on that pressure waves, and the pressure pulsation will be created. We called it as a wall induced water hammer. Second thing, when you suddenly close this wall, this water has some energy. It uses it and it will go forward, and here a void space will be created. So here it will be a void space. So when you open this wall, this a pressurized liquid go into a void space. So when this pressurized liquid enter into a void space, some kind of noise will be there. We called it as a void induced water hammer. So we discuss a void induced water hammer and a wall induced water hammer. So a flash induced water hammer. In a flash induced water hammer, you can see this type of a hammering noise when you are transferring your sludge from the sludge tank to the incinerator waste oil tank, or you are giving to a barge, or you are giving to a shore. That time you can see a noise. When this happens, example, first a sludge is the combination of the waste oil and water. We all of know that it is a combination of the waste oil and water. This is a sludge pump. It is taking suction from the sludge tank and giving to a barge. Okay. So this is a suction side. We all of us know that generally in a suction side, a negative or less pressure is there. And we all of us know that when we are giving a sludge to incinerator waste oil tank or to barge, that time we heat the sludge. And when you heat the sludge tank, like if you heat up to a 70-80 degree this sludge will enter in the suction pipeline. And when it will enter into a suction pipeline, it is a combination of waste oil and water. You know the water, it gets evaporated at normal pressure at 100 degrees Celsius. But as in a suction line, there is a less pressure, so water reaches to its vaporization temperature. So water gets evaporated. So like this is the suction line, you can see. Like this is the suction line. This is the water and sludge. This is sludge, like example, for your convenience, and this is water. Again, this is a sludge. This is a water. This is in very micro condition, but for your convenience I am showing this. So when this water gets vaporized and converted into a steam. We know that 1 meter cube of water can be converted into a 1500 meter cube of a steam. So there will be a huge expansion in the size. So this water, when gets converted into steam, it will be a huge, and it will push the further sludge. The sludge in front of him or near to him, it will push to this side. So in this push, like this water will be get converted into steam, this water will be get converted to steam, all of water will be converted into steam. It will push whole sludge, steam and the remaining water to the suction side, and where there is a bend or a joint, it will hammer over there. And this type of water hammering we call as a flash induced water hammer. Why this occur? First thing, because the water reaches to its vaporization temperature because of the high temperature, and second thing, it get expanded, so it pushes or it accelerates the sludge, the remaining water and steam, and it will impact on the bend, and whole the kinetic energy get converted into a pressure energy, and the noise will come. That noise, or in that scenario, we called as the flash induced water hammer. So guys, we have discussed the types of water hammer. So we have discussed the three types of the water hammer. The first one, that is condensation induced water hammer. Generally it occurs on the ship. And second thing, it is very important to avoid that water hammer because it creates a huge noise, and it can create or it can impact your joints, it can rupture your joints and etc. So how to avoid the condensation induced water hammer on the ship? First thing, to avoid the water hammer, generally when surveyor asks that how to avoid a water hammer on your ship, you have to tell these steps. First thing, you will drain the line. Very important, you have to remove the water from the line. So you will drain the line. All the water should get drained. Second thing, then you will cracked a main steam stopper. So the steam will go in the line and warm up the line. And once the drain is open, water is get drained, and you open the wall cracked for some time, and the line get preheated or warm up. Then from the drain, if the steam is coming now, you stop the drain. Then slowly you open the main steam stopper. So this is very important, or these steps are very important to prevent from the water hammer. Then second thing, your steam traps. Steam traps also matter in case of water hammer. Your steam trap should be of good condition and of the perfect size. And apart from this, during the design stage, you can avoid a sharp bends, you can reduce the number of joints, so that the water hammer possibility will get reduced. So thank you for watching this video guys. This is the boiler part 5. I have tried to keep my video short. In next video, we are going to discuss the steam trap, purpose of steam traps, types of steam traps and their working. So thank you guys. We will come with new video on the new day.